Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Star Wars, Han Solo at Star's End, issue number 1. Now, as you know, for a time, Dark Horse Comics had a license to Star Wars and produced their own continuations after, before, or during the events of the films or TV series. Now, pretty much Han Solo at Star's End is meant to feature Han Solo and Chewbacca delivering something important and basically leading to the events of the 3 issues. And the story starts off how basically Han Solo and Chewbacca are escaping TIE fighters, and after basically escaping, they go, now all we have to do to worry about is being in debt for that cargo and repairs. Make your landing. Approach carefully. Millennium Falcon, we have laser cannons tracking you. So pretty much it points out that this young woman here, Jezza, needs them for something important. They basically make their landing. And one of the guys says, Han Solo's free gather. Been a long time since we've seen that smuggler in these parts. And they point out that basically they need them, and also Han Solo points about the repairs and that, and she says, your grief is touching, don't fret, I'll see that the Falcon is refitted, the only thing you won't like is the price. And so pretty much they mainly talk about the Millennium Falcon and how basically Han Solo wants to get off the planet and that. And she says, exactly, instead you accepted my terms. Whatever happened to the sweetie little doll who was interested in me? She realized you had a much greater interest yourself. And basically, they also talk about the new fighters they've got, and they go for a test drive, and pretty much after Chewbacca gets a bit upset that he couldn't fit into a fighter and that, we see them testing the fighters out on the TIE fighters, and pretty much manage to successfully take down the TIE fighters. And what's interesting is Jezza's expecting some technical difficulties with hers after being hit. And after basically Han Solo helping her, they manage to get out successfully. And after this, they meet what the droid is, or the person known as Bullbox, saying, Bullbox is the name, sir, and there's more to me than this somewhat battered excavator. And they point out basically that her father's disappeared and other people on the planet have. And pretty much he says, you'll find I contain a few surprises, Captain. And they point out that they have a special little blue box, which is a droid saying, Blue Max at your service. I'm programmed with the maximum computer capacity available. And this is pretty much to deliver to the planet. So after basically using a kind of cargo thing with the Millennium Falcon safe, pretty much you can tell that Han Solo quickly gets annoyed by Blue Box and beating him at chest, and basically decides to cool off in the main area where the Millennium Falcon is. So they mainly get on to the planet and successfully land where it is. And Bullbox says, do you have a plan, sir? Same one I always do. Hope for the best and keep your blaster primed. So they pretty much meet with one of the natives on the planet, Rexton, who says, along with the droid, you and your Wookiee friends best join me, Captain. I agree about the traitor. And they talk about how he lost his son in that, and they pretty much head off saying, "My son was very young, student Solo." And pretty much after making it into the building, they meet a few people who are still around, with Recton pretty much explaining who these people are and basically about them losing loved ones. With one guy basically losing his brothers who disappeared, and a woman and her child explain that something happened to the Imperial enforcers interrogated him and leave him unable to speak. So Blue Box is pretty much like this kind of detection thing that is meant to detect something. And pretty much it activates, and Han Solo is left wondering who's the traitor. And after this, Blue Box finds a little wire, which Han Solo basically destroys, with the security guards sitting in on all of them. And after this, basically, they decide to go after them after finding them, and this kind of leaves them basically being blasted in that and saying, "Getaways are smugglers, especially Recton. Apparently I was wise to let you take control, Solo." And yeah, this is the story. So the story feels interesting. I think it does have a good premise. I feel the artwork isn't too bad. I feel it's kind of meant to show that there were other adventures and not rehashes. So I think the story deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.